Okay, what up? What up, fam? What do we got? Who we got here? Yo, the consistency is unreal. I'm wearing the same shirt I had on last week. Crazy. Not intentional. Except I'm wearing a hat this time. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to TGIF, Friday, March 27th. We're going to kick off April soon. And we're going to be riding the waves of price right now when you guys see what I'm doing, because price is hilarious right now. Let me open up TradingView and show you guys what we got. Let's see what we have in the markets today and what we're gonna have next week. I found some really interesting observations, by the way. So if you guys wanna tap in, or I should say, if you guys wanna stay consistent and actually see these every week, make sure you like and subscribe so you get notified. Right, turn your notifications on, and then invite a friend, because your friends don't deserve to be broke unless they're waste, and in that case then they deserve to be broke. But definitely share this with someone. This is a free thing. We're going to go over what I expect to happen, and this is probably one of the most clear weeks that I've had in a while, seeing price, because seeing what's about to happen and what we're about to hit. I went over it with one of my accelerators today, and she and I were looking at price, and we saw something really interesting, and I think will really help you guys out with trading next week. So let's go ahead and see it. First of all, isn't it sick that it's light outside? Do you guys see this? Like, yo, it's freaking, like, I'm glistening. I know, right? It's still bright. Like, it's actually insane. I'm so happy. I'm literally so happy. I'm going to open up. I have some new charts for you guys for markup. We're going to use some new charts here, okay? I want you guys to see something. Let me share in 3, 2, 1. Is this the right one? Boom. There we go. Okay. So, this is what we have. I'm using the MNQ exclamation mark. For those of you guys that are getting into futures, use the exclamation marks for the current contract. You can use the current contract for your executions, but I find that price is way better on these consistent the rollover contract charts, which is for futures. It's important because data gets really skewed. Once you hop on, they won't show you past a certain point, right? If you go to the regular chart. So if you want to see the equivalent to what you see in a broker chart, but just way more accurate, if you guys pay for TradingView and you have an active subscription to the CME, which is the official futures exchange, then you can see that. If you guys aren't just a broker, that's totally fine. Go to your Vantage charts, and those are really good too. So, yep, let's take a look and see what we got going on. We got a monthly fair value gap that we just tapped into on Nasdaq, okay? And we have a discounted monthly BPR and a monthly order block. We have an A+ setup in every aspect, guys. Every single aspect, we have an A+ setup on the monthly time frame. So we full port longs for the next couple years, and we'll be looking pretty good. Okay, guys? Good retracement. Sound good? I'm setting you guys up for a full port long holder. If you guys have, if you guys have capital to invest, then I would definitely, I would say that this is the most beautiful setup I've seen in a long time. It's on the monthly time frame. But why is this important? It means we're in a very predictable range for indices. And if you guys look at the seasonality index, you can see that in April last year, we're doing the same thing we did last year. In April, we manipulated to the downside, which happens usually every single year, right? We manipulate the first quarter, and then we distribute, or accumulate in January, manipulate in the next couple months, distribute in the following months, okay? And right now, we have a big manipulation event that's ready to happen. Boom. Go in here. and then we full port to the moon, and then we're longing the shit out of this, right? So we're gonna follow our usual trend. So if you guys have not liked price action recently, it's you know, it's been really really good, really really good. But as Michelle mentioned with the title, Nasdaqistan price action has been horrendous, right? It's been horrendous, but those times are now over because I'm seeing that price is becoming a lot more predictable, and we're going to start to see where things are going. And that's the thing is, if you guys have been wondering perhaps why, price has been doing what it's doing, it may not seem clear to you unless you understand the high time frame context of what price is trying to do. And this is a great session to share with friends, to share with anyone who's just trying to get into the trading space, because if they do not understand why price is doing certain things, they will never really truly understand it unless they understand that overall context of what price is trying to do. And so this is something that I think is an invaluable tool, because if you guys can read price on high time frame extremely well, it'll set the tone for what you guys can do for the next couple of weeks in your smaller time frame trading. And so do I trade the monthly time frame? Absolutely not. But I will scale down to the daily. I will scale down to the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and then execute on the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, wherever it is that I need to find and position myself. I will find entries there that line up with the overall context and the overall market. That's what market structure is. So I know if I don't expect us to necessarily just fill this, right? I don't expect to necessarily fill this imbalance and then jump all the way up. Why? Because we're not even at a discount of the range. If you guys think about it, you're buying bananas. Do you want to buy bananas at a premium or at a discount? Do you want to buy gas at a premium or at a discount? The same thing works with price and the movements that we have all the time. So I look at the discounted areas and we look at these overlaps. We look at all these puzzle pieces fitting together and we're good, right? New here. What up? What up, Lindsay? Callie, what up? Callie, let's drop a W in the chat for Callie, 100K trader, 200K trader, multi six-figure trader now. Crazy, huh? Crazy. So we go down into this area, we shoot up, right? And that's what we want to happen. Let's go down to the lower time frames. But does that make sense, everybody? Drop some reactions. I think I get the reactions first. Drop reactions if you guys like hearts, whatever, if you guys understand what I'm saying, because I know there's a bit of a stream delay. But yeah, this is insane. So really good setup. So what do I expect? Do I expect price to go bullish from here or bearish? Do I want to buy at a premium or do I want to buy at a discount? I want to buy at a discount, right? I see reactions. Amazing. So this is where I want price to go to. I hope this makes sense for any beginners who are on the call, because this is like essentially how price moves. Whenever you're seeing people say, oh, I caught this winning trade, I caught that winning trade, I took this signal, I took that, I used this AI tool, so on and so forth. It's like, great, that all of that's really cute. But do you understand how to read the market yourself? That's what we're teaching you today. So this is the whole chart over here, okay? By the way, for any of you guys who are hopping on to this call today, tomorrow, and if you guys are seeing this stream late for whatever reason, we're having a big session tomorrow, Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern time, where we're going to go over the exact system that we use to actually learn how to do this stuff. Obviously, this is a free session. You guys don't need to pay for it. It's really cool. But if you guys are people who are like, I really love and fuck with free value, but I want to invest in myself and like sort of almost like have a personal trainer when it comes to trading, you guys can check that out. The link for that will be, you guys can just DM me on Instagram, or if someone invited you to this stream, then you could do that. But overall, let's take a look at let's actually go to the weekly time frame first. Let's not skip. So weekly time frame is here. We can see a weekly overlap. We got a weekly fair value gap and a monthly fair value gap overlapping. That's good. It's a pretty good sign. But again, I don't think that's enough to really, push price all the way up into a massive impulse leg. I do think that this could, lead to some sort of manipulation in the beginning of the next week. So we can maybe get a rejection like into this and then go down lower after that. And then the following week, we could look at, potentially some longs once we're in that area. So Nasdaq is looking really good for this, at least. I really believe it to be a strong asset over the next couple of weeks, okay? Because it's starting to be a lot more predictable. So this is where the market closed today. We have a daily fair value gap on the bearish side formed here after we broke structure to the downside. So again, more signs of a potential retracement into that area before continuing down. So what I'm going to do, and if you guys didn't know this, by the way, every single day, the market does the same thing. The market has this daily candle structure. So if we go in this, we look at this daily candle. And if you guys have any questions, by the way, feel free to ask in the chat, okay? So if we look at this daily candle, we can see a certain structure forming. We can see wicks and we can see a body. So the wicks and the body allow us to see the overall picture of what price did. So if we turn this into a bullish candle, just to make it a bit easier, we can see that we open here, right? We open at the bottom, open. We go to the very top. We go high. We have a low of the day. And then we have a closure at the end of the day. Okay. So open, low, high, close, right? That's what we have. So price goes from this, it opens at this area, kind of jitters over there, goes lower, forms the wick, goes all the way up here, and then drops down to close at the end of the day. And then we have the paint. It's like the paint kind of like ran out. They're like tails that show you where price was, but price did not close there. So that's what we have, okay? Open, low, high, close. That's what we get. That's the overall structure. So we get this on every single day, every single month, every single week. Every single wick and body is showing you that to be true. Do you use break and retest? No, I don't. So the strategy that I use is SMC, but we modify our SMC strategy a little bit to not just be like what you guys would find off like general YouTube videos. It's really scientifically driven. So in the sense of like math. So we have some adjustments to like how we classify order blocks, how we classify certain breaks of structures, and fibs as well, like equilibriums, premium discounts, all that kind of stuff. So, and I would say the strategy is mainly like high time frame alignment with power of 3, which I'm going to teach you in a sec, to low time frame entry. Okay. And actually, if you guys, if I had the full reason as to why I don't use break and retest, is because I used to use that a lot, and I've seen a lot of traders in our, in our community that have actually come in and have come from that and used it. The reason why people get stopped out a lot, you know what I mean, in that, because it seems, I feel like there's some strategies that are somewhat mentally stimulating, but there's some that really aren't. And then I feel like as a trader, you kind of just feel stunted, and you feel like, it makes sense when you see it, but you don't know how to put it together when you're on your own. And I feel like that happens a lot when the strategy isn't 100% aligned with how you think. So yeah, we can go over all of that though. Cali hit 200K and funded. Shout out to Cali for crushing it. Okay, so this is what we have here. So we look to fill imbalances, which are voids in the market that show, a huge discrepancy between buyers and sellers. Fair value gaps are areas where price wants to hit and then come back down to. So instead of a break and retest where it's from a support resistance area, right, we fill imbalances, and these imbalances continue to take us down into whatever area we want. And the opposite if they're bullish. So this is a bearish fair value gap, which is why it's in red. A bullish fair value gap would be green. And so that would essentially be a launch pad. They're like trampolines that take us, higher and higher or lower and lower. So when I look at the first couple of days of next week, I look at how obvious it seems for price to want to go up. So if on the 30-minute time frame, which by the way, this indicator that we use is a markup indicator. It's not a trade entry indicator. But as you can see, even today, you look at Asia was the open. If you guys live in North America, this will be your time zone. I'm in EST. But we opened at around obviously 6 p.m. Right? We opened, we went high, we went low, right? And then we closed. And this was a tiny wick that we formed here for the daily candle. So we had that same candle I showed you guys, but it was bearish. Every daily candle does the same thing. So if we can measure that in a 30-minute context, right? In a 30-minute context, this is where it would be. We look at overall price, and then we see how it repeats itself over and over and over again every single day. And if we can anticipate how that daily candle is going to form, we have a better idea of where price is going to go. So as you guys can see, London took out Asia high, and that led to what? That's manipulation. We accumulated in Asia, we manipulated up in London, and we distributed down. We distributed all the way down, right? In New York session, pre-New York, and then after New York. And we hit this area. So if on Monday I see accumulation, I see a manipulation to the downside, then maybe what am I going to want to do? I'm going to want to position myself for a buy trade. Why? Because we have a big fat daily imbalance in here that we may want to hit before we start moving down into this blue line, which if we expand is the discount area of this range. Okay? So that's how we combine all of the time frames together. Michelle is next. Absolutely. Thanks for the answer. Makes sense. Do you share the membership info here, or would I have to wait until tomorrow? If you were invited for the if this is the first time you're hearing about the webinar for tomorrow, you could definitely pop on. But I could definitely share the info with you. Shoot me a message on Instagram. I think it should be linked down in the description. Literally message me now, so then that way I know I got it or not, because I don't know if that link will work. Or if you're speaking to somebody that invited you to the stream, ask them and we can send you over some info. But yeah, honestly, when it comes to the whole like getting started process, it's super simple. I was just talking to someone, and we have this we have this mindset where it's very much, we don't want you to be dependent on a trader for the rest of your life. Because if you think about it logically, like I'm showing you guys all this, the goal is to learn it. What would happen if 3 months or 6 months from now, you still didn't understand this? Then you didn't do your job as a trading coach. It's like hiring a personal trainer and then having the personal trainer still be your personal trainer 5 years later because you have not grown at all. It's like you're still the same fitness level, same weight, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I feel like with a lot of trading communities, they'll kind of try keeping you on forever because they want to drain money out of your pocket. Whereas here it's like, we'll let you go, learn the skill, and then do your thing and make your money. Travel the world, send us pictures. That's all we ask for. when you're up. And food. And Megan says, and food. So yeah, we'll definitely take payment in worldwide food, as long as it's seed oil free. That'd be amazing. But yeah, so okay, so we have a huge imbalance down below. So what I expect for Nasdaq, now that we've learned all of this, we can now put it together and use it for the same thing for other assets. So we broke structure to the downside, we hit this daily imbalance, we go lower. Make sense, guys? Drop a 1 down in the chat if it makes sense, if you guys are learning something today. And I'll move on, and we'll do, now that we've kind of gone over these concepts and like sharpen iron, we're going to go and attack the rest of the assets, and I'll give you guys an official outlook so that you guys can really, really, really like set yourself up to win next week. Because I think this will be, all these biases will play out pretty well. So I'm going to have my outlook over here that you guys can take. You guys can screenshot this, whatever you guys want to do, and use it in your trading next week. So over here, we have overall in a premium of the range on the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, manipulation bullish seems likely in the early week, but overall bearish to hit the monthly BPR below us, major magnet. And so naturally, if we're doing this on Nasdaq, do you guys think we're doing it on the other indices? Do you think the same thing will happen on the other indices next week? It should, right? The answer is it should. We should get continuation to the downside on each of these assets. And if you guys want to follow along next week, then you definitely can. And this is why we say that like things are super accurate. We have a whole like stat that backs all of it. We're roughly like 90 to 95% accurate with the weekly outlooks. Okay? So definitely use this. Does that mean that you're going to be rich 90, 95% of the time? No, you got to position yourself. The narrative is one step. Finding the right trade entry is the other step. That's what we can go into in more detail, obviously, in the community that we have. But this is a great start, especially if you're a beginner, hopping on sessions like this where you can actually get free value. So yeah, daily time frame, overall bearish, okay? But then we eventually go bullish from the rest, for the rest of the week, okay? So if you look at the monthly on DJ is not at a discount either. There's no imbalance though, but we're still not in the discount of the monthly. So we still have a lot of areas where we can target lower liquidity, and that would position us well for the next, couple weeks. And look what happened, guys. We called out, this is from the past. We called out the bearish daily BPR in February, over a month ago, and you guys can see this. If you guys go back to the February near Valentine's Day recording, and look what happened. The Dow Jones went down 9% since then. Imagine you position yourself for shorts in this area. What things would look like for you right now. It's insane. So that's YM. Let's go to gold though, okay? Let's go to gold over here. I don't really like how gold looks right now, to be honest. But same thing. If you guys look, I'm more certain on Nasdaq than I am on gold. The reason is gold took out all this liquidity, but we have this monthly imbalance that's lower here. We have a huge swing failure right here, swing low, right? But we failed to take out these lower lows. We took out this liquidity area. We're forming swing lows, which is a bullish sign. We have daily imbalances that are bearish that lean us to find some liquidity up here. And that could be something that we target. Gold, more like mold. Facts. That's facts right now. We love gold, but right now it's just like kind of doing some weird stuff. Okay. I don't know what happened to my... Oh, there we go. Officially bearish. Right, resecting bearish imbalances, targeting lower resistance liquidity seems like the easiest option for price right now. Yep, makes sense as we're heading bullish on the DXY. So it does make sense. But here, let's go here. Previous day high. Let's do our markup real quick. Previous day lows over here. Huge wick on Monday, and then previous week low, and then previous week high over here. So let me delete these liquidity areas because we officially hit them last week. We called this out, right? We called it out. Massive liquidity sweep. Now if we go to let's grab this and move it over here. I still stand by the same point, but because there's a lower imbalance, we need to keep our eye on that. We're respecting this 4-hour for value gap pretty hard still. So we need to be mindful of this, okay? We have to be mindful of it. So gold, I'm still bearish, but I'm going to trade with PO3 next week. So if I see those patterns form where we get like bullish setups, I'm still going to trade long into those areas and then short from those daily imbalances all the way down to, maybe the monthly. But we'll have to get a better read on price as the markets start, recalibrating it themselves. But Nasdaq looks a lot more clear. Gold is nice. I'm going to show you guys something cool. Oil. So I looked at oil yesterday. And you guys know I've been saying we're going on a generational run for oil, right? This is gas. So if you guys are worried about gas prices, you may be cooked. But this is what we have right now. We got equal highs that we're heading towards, which is nice. And we have a small daily imbalance here. I'm not really looking at that. But that's our previous day high, previous day low. Then we're going to have to do our previous week high and previous week low. So this is Monday over here. I am looking at oil now because it's starting to set up pretty well. As you guys know, we called out the oil longs all the way from down here. You guys can see the proof. Sell side liquidity sweep. We had a bullish imbalance here. We had our full setup form. I was looking to take longs from here, And then obviously we went up extremely, but I know we're still going to go higher. There's no doubt in that we're still going to go higher. So if you guys want to invest in oil, I mean, definitely. So that previous week low, let's edit this. And for any of you guys who are beginners to the trading space, this is how you should be marking up your charts. Liquidity areas, regardless of the strategy that you trade, are always going to be not perv. Hold on, previous week low. Yeah. So any of you guys who are trading any strategy, liquidity is always going to be important. If you're not using liquidity in your strategy right now, you need to add this now, because it's not like some random thing that someone invented. Like, this is quite literally how price works. Price moves towards liquidity. There's a bunch of orders in the market every single day that happen, and price likes to take out and invalidate these areas of liquidity. Okay, so that's what we got. We like to sweep liquidity or break structure to the upside. Over here we have, speaking of break of structure, we have a disrespect of this 4-hour bearish imbalance. So when we have a bearish confluence, which means some sort of like confirmation, when we get a bearish, let's call it a character, bearish character, we get disrespected like this, and price is like, screw you, I don't care about you. Then all of a sudden this bearish imbalance now turns evil, it goes to the dark side. Says, you know what, I'm switching sides. When you can't beat him, join him. So when you're bearish and you get disrespected by a bully, right, you become a bully, you become bullish. So then we have some imbalances here. This is a 4-hour imbalance. And if we get a bearish PO3, guess what we're doing, guys? We're shorting the shit out of this market, right? Until this 4-hour. And then we continue to go higher, right? Or we go lower. So what I'm waiting for is breaks of structure to the downside that are convincing for other assets. Whereas for oil, I'm just waiting for this. We got this break of structure at the upside. And I can see that price is going to probably want to retrace down into this area. And then, of course, we have our swing low to swing high. Right, we can see it's a very discounted 4-hour. And it also lines up with, if you guys use Fibonacci's, it lines up with a golden pocket over there. So that's our 4-hour imbalance that lines up perfectly, okay? So over here, looking for retracement into this 4-hour before moving higher, okay? That's what we're looking at. Beautiful. So oil, we're bullish. Gold, we're still deciding, but I'm leaning towards bearish. Nasdaq, we're definitely bearish. Okay, so we got 3 assets that we're looking at. Let's go and do a couple more. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. It's golden hour now, guys. It's beautiful. By the way, where's everyone at? I know we get a different mix of people on the calls, on the streams every week. This monthly looks like it's gonna get cooked, to be honest. It's tiny. It's so tiny you can't even call it a monthly. And this monthly bullish imbalance is getting disrespected. I think they said that this whole U.S. and Iran thing has pretty much deleted all of the progress that Bitcoin has made in the last 2 years. So, yeah, it's insane. Where do you guys live? Where do you reside? I should ask, not where you at. Where do you guys reside? And what time is it? Who's on the stream this week? Weekly bearish for value gap. We're respecting it really hard, I can't lie. And look at this. So we rejected off the weekly and we were continuing. So we got continuation to the downside. This is a very strong bearish signal for this target liquidity down here. I'm extremely inclined to want to short this right now and send you guys a signal. Really, really inclined. But first, let's see. If I can edit this quick. We got some low resistance liquidity down here. Okay. Let's go to the daily chart. Got some nice rejection off of that. We got a daily BPR just get tapped into. Oh my gosh, guys. Why didn't anybody tell me? We literally called this out last week. Cooked. Detrimentally cooked. Not us missing our own call out. It's okay. We got another daily for value gap, right? We got to be patient. What happens is most traders get really anxious, and so they want to take, oh, but it's a 1-to-1. It's okay. It's like, no, you can find a better entry than this. And if you miss out on it, so be it. If we found an entry, and this is what I love about trading. If you found an entry once, you will find it again. If you found an entry once, you will find it again. You will find another one. You do not need to force trades because you're scared of when the next one's going to happen. This is a global market that has so much money, trillions of dollars, every single day that's put into these markets. So no need to worry. Maybe get an entry up in here. If we get a tap into this, then I'd be inclined to trade from this daily imbalance with the stop loss at this swing high. And we get now, first liquidity is a 1 to 2.5, second liquidity is a 1 to 3.4. And that's where you have a banger of a trade. So we're going to be patient and we're going to wait patiently for this. Definitely bearish overall. Okay. Exactly what we said. Look, we're respecting the monthly, rejected from the weekly bearish. So now we're waiting patiently until we get another high time frame break of structure. So daily BPR was respected, and now targeting low resistance liquidity below seems the most likely for us right now as a continuation trade. Cool. That's it. Cooking. Bitcoin has become Bitcoin again. Hey, it's finally back. Toronto, Canada. It's midnight. 12:34. You're so European, bro. 0034. Saturday here. Just an ocean away. 7:34 for me. Michelle, where you at? If you're all long-term investors in Bitcoin, just remember the Genius Act passed and will be implemented this year. Bitcoin is going up in the near future. Is Bitcoin cooked? Are we going sub 45K? I mean, yeah, Bitcoin's always in a climb. But like short term, we can definitely find some good short setups. If you guys are crypto holders, rest in peace to your wallets currently. Most people sold. As Bitcoin keeps dropping, more people are selling and selling and selling. More of retail is selling and selling and selling. And smart money is buying, right? Long-term investors, because they know that we're buying at a massive discount. So that's our setup. Okay. I'm going to wait for this, and I'll send that out to you guys in the channels that we have, the signals channels, which have been popping off as usual. So yeah, hopefully we get a nice banger trade before the end of the month, and you guys will get it in the group. Okay. For less than the price of going out with your partner to a nice dinner, you guys could start having opportunities to make money in the market. It's actually insane. But yeah, even then, if you guys are looking at the setup and you guys are on the free stream, definitely put this in your notes. Okay, so we got Bitcoin. Let's do one more. I was looking at Euro USD last week, and we were super, super bullish. And we've hit those daily imbalances, and we started respecting them. So our prediction was correct. We got manipulation on Monday. I said high time frame looks delicious over here, all pointing short-term bullish, until the weekly IFEG before heading down to the monthly BPR below. So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, short-term bullish. Oh, my bad. Hold on. So we're disrespecting the daily. We're tracing right now. So let's go to the monthly. We got a liquidity sweep on the monthly time frame that will close in a bit. On the weekly time frame, this liquidity sweep looks even more relevant We had a bullish week, and then we're followed by a pin bar week, right? No really clear sign on what price wants to do. Weekly inversion fair value gap is cool. And we have, technically we've got a BPR situation over here because we have the overlap. We got the overlap over here, so we got a weekly bearish fair value gap here. We got this overlap. Okay, so that's what we got on the daily. We disrespected both of these dailies, and the inversions are pretty much cooked too, so we're starting to wait. We gotta wait to see what happens here. 4 hour fair value gap got respected. This one got respected, and then price dumped. So now we're waiting. This fair value gap is deleted. It's filled its purpose. And then on the 4 hour right now, I don't see much, guys, to be honest. I would want to wait for some sort of, again, break a structure to the upside or downside. That's clear. And then let's look at how PO3 performed this week, though. Asia, London, New York, bearish. Yeah, it did it. Really ugly, though. Huge manipulation. Asia, London, nope. Asia, London, nope. Asia, London, yes. Asia, London, yes. So 3 out of 5 days PO3 played out. 2 out of 5 days it didn't. And it was just really, really ugly. So that's what we had. Okay. I don't really like where Euro is going right now, to be honest. So I'm not going to give you a clear sign of where I think price is going to go just for the sake of giving you one. But if I had to put money on it and my life depended on it, I'm still looking bullish because we swept liquidity and we got a weekly inversion here. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. Or weekly regular fair value gap. We got a weekly fair value gap with the inversion overlapping. So I still maintain this bias over here. And we'll see what happens next week, okay? So that is it. That is it, friends. So European, he says, you just jealous that we're better. Bro, I'm half. What are you talking about? I can roast Europe all I want because I'm half. I got the European in me. Yo, I can't wait to buy so much more. Imagine buying Bitcoin at 100K and selling at 70. Yo, that's most people, though. Most people got cooked. Most people got cooked. Oh, we got a nice setup here, though. Look at this. Liquidity sweep. Break a structure. Super ugly, but we still broke structure. Fair value gap. And then, look at that. Premium. Actually, better yet, you could even use this one right here. Because that was a weird mix. So you use this one. Weird mix of candles. But we got that one. Boom. Right there. Beautiful. Full port long is Euro USD. W? W question mark? All right, guys. So we got our bias. We're bearish on Nasdaq. We're bearish on all indices. We're bearish on gold. We're bullish on oil. I'm not going to say we're definitely bearish on gold. I'm going to say oil's bullish. Indices are bearish, which means technically gold should go bullish too. So that's why I'm not really that crazy about trading it next week anyways, which is fine. And then I have Bitcoin, super bearish short term. And then we got Euro, which I'm bullish on right now. So, I mean, Euro and gold usually move in the same direction. So I'm not mad about that. I like them moving together. So it makes sense to me. Okay, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, that's it for the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you want to learn more, hop on tomorrow's session. All right, tomorrow's session at 12 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be breaking down the entire platform that we use and how we're going to make sure that you guys are way better traders and a lot more profitable over the next 6 months, and why we've been able to do things that no one else has been able to do. So if you guys want to be like Callie and all the other six-figure traders that we have that we're training and rising up, right? Many of them on this stream right now, and many of them just enjoying, some back testing maybe because they're all grinding. Then yeah, definitely hop on tomorrow and find out how you guys can make this thing happen for yourself. Trading changed my life, and it's always going to be something that I really, really do think is, I'm grateful for it because you can literally travel whenever you want. You can do whatever you want. You're not tied to your income in one location, and you can rely on you. I think that's the best part is you don't have to worry about, sales. You don't have to worry about convincing people. You don't have to worry about someone leaving your business. You don't have to worry about someone stabbing your back when it comes to owning a corporation or whatever. Like, you can just focus on you. And as long as you're good, you can make money. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys are watching this after the fact for whatever reason and you didn't catch the webinar, again, feel free to shoot me a DM. My Instagram's linked down in the bio. And if someone invited you here, I'll make sure to connect you to them. But yeah, shoot me a message and I'll get you guys situated. But again, every single week on Friday, we do this at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Hope you guys enjoyed this session this week. And with that being said, see you in the next one.